Good morning, Stampin' friends and crafters. It's Emmy Bastogne here, coming to you from my studio in Emmy's Crafty Cafe, located in Cooks Creek, Manitoba, just 20 minutes northeast of Winnipeg. Thank you for joining me. If you are there, let me know where you're joining me from. If you're catching the replay, feel free to just say replay. And I'm just making sure I got volume. Okay, excellent. Okay, I am good, I think. Awesome. Okay, so thanks for joining me. Today is Tuesday, and it's just right after the for Manitoba a long weekend. So we're going to create another card today. So just a reminder too that starting tomorrow, this just came in yesterday afternoon, we're having free shipping again. And it's February 18th to 26th, so that starts tomorrow. And if you're in Canada, it is $100 or more. So as soon as you put that $100 in your order, it will automatically apply the free shipping. And then don't forget too, if you actually ordered $100 and you have not yet taken advantage of the product of the month, then this is it here. I do have it. So it finally came in, but I haven't played with it yet. So watch for that. I might open it tomorrow. Or you know what? Remind me, and at the end I could show you what it looks like. Okay, so there's that. Good morning, Shell. Thank you for joining me. So today I'm going to focus on, this week I'm going to focus, and I should put that here. And the reason why, good morning, Kathy. I'm just going to write a quick note here. Link to register. So I'm hosting a mega stamp camp with Rachael Coon and Dee Slater. And it's featuring this little cute guy here, which is the Filled with Sweetest bundle. And it's a mega stamp camp. We just finished our 12 projects. And we also have 3 more coming your way, which is bonus projects. And then on top of that, there's pillow gifts and draws. So it is amazing. So if you are part of my team, you get free access to the event because you can just buy it all and create it yourself. And if you are a customer, then you definitely want to take advantage of it because early bird registration ends March 2nd and it's $89. So you get 15 projects. There is 3 prize draws. There's a make and take. You get a sampling of all, well, not a sampling, I shouldn't say that, but you get half a pack of DSP, a full pack of gems, half a roll of ribbon, and all the bits and pieces to make 12 cards. Okay, so that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I do offer lots to my team, so if you're interested, don't forget to register. So I just posted the link in the comments, so I will make sure that that's there. Okay, so what are we doing today? Well, oh, there they are. I was looking for these. Okay, because we are hosting the Mega Stamp let's try that again. Because we're hosting the Mega Stamp Camp, I wanted to share with you what it really entails, because I think it's freaking everybody out with that big, huge jar. And it's not available right now, so you can't order it. But it comes available March 3rd. So that's why early bird registration closes March 2nd, because I have to order on March 3rd to avoid expediting fees, blah, 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 and to kit your stuff. And then anytime after March 3rd, well, then I'm going to have to pay to expedite to get it to you on time for the 21st. And that's an extra $10. So then it jumps to $99. So that's why I wanted to. So I wanted to share with you what the patterns are, what you can expect. And I'm not going to show you the 12 projects, but by the time we're done this week, you're going to end up with 19 projects. So that's pretty impressive. Okay, for a whole suite of 89. And it ranges anywhere from cards to 3D projects and scrapbook pages. Okay, so let me show you what we're making today. And it is Tip Tuesday, so I got a couple tips. So we're making this card here, and it's literally a jar. Because I don't know about you, but we buy this. My husband makes cookies, and he bakes a lot of cookies. You know, it depends on his mood or whichever. Certain ones are baked more than the other. Like his chocolate chunks are the most popular. Oh, I should just say chocolate chips. They used to be chunks, but you can't get the Bernard Callebaut chunks anymore. But one of his other favorite ones that we all love is his jams, which is 2 shortbread cookies with raspberry jam in the middle. And the raspberry jam he uses usually is this one, Bon Maman. So, or Mama, which is a raspberry jam, which you can get anywhere, and including Costco. And so this was my inspiration for this card, as you can see. And it's quite dark. Raspberry jam is quite dark. And so, so that's what I created here. So it may look impressive, Shell, but it's super easy, and I'm going to walk you through it. And then this will be your extra project you'll get for joining the Mega Stamp Camp. Okay, so let me get that. So we have a piece of cardstock, and this is just standard cardstock. And then we're going to grab, oh, I flipped everything, that's why. Oh, I should note as well, the kit also, or the suite also includes the, comes with the Ladybug Picnic 3D embossing folder. I didn't use that here, but it's, well, we'll use it this week. And then, of course, these gorgeous, what are they called? Strawberries and dots. But look at that. Those are real strawberries. They're so cute. They're so tiny and cute. I'm excited to use that one. Okay, so I'm just going to drop you down a bit because we're going to do some coloring. Okay, so I need my Stampin' positioner, and I already have everything kind of set up. So I'm just going to pull this off, and then we're going to add our paper, our cardstock, and I'm just going to line this up, I don't know, somewhere around here, because I know it's on the left. Why do I have it on the left? I can't even remember. Okay, so maybe it's the way I cut it. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so, excuse me, I forget how this works. Okay, so I'm just gonna emboss or apply embossing buddy powder, because guess what? We are actually going to emboss. No shocker there when it comes to me. And I'm just gonna hold these in here better. I think it's around that mark. Okay, I don't think so the 2 times I did this, I did not use embossing powder. It actually went fine, and I was like, oops, I forgot. But that's okay. So we're gonna just gonna make sure I'm in the right spot first. Yeah, that looks good. Let me just double check. So these are all the gorgeous dies. So you have a lid, you have 4 sentiments. You have strawberry, you have blueberry, you have 2 flowers, thank goodness. But you could also grab flowers from other sets because they're very similar. The heart, this creates a slit in the lid. So this is one of those. So that's this lid here. And then it's got like a little slit. So then you could add in berries and stuff. So we'll be doing that this week. And this is a topper there. And then, like I said, this is the spoon. So yeah, anyway, I wanted to grab this because I wanted to make sure how much room I had on this side, because I don't like to waste. Okay, and I think we should be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna flip that over. I just don't want it to cut off on the end there. And then I'm gonna add my Versamark ink. I had to think about it. I'm like, what is this called? Just look at the lid. It says it right there, Versamark ink, duh. Okay. And then I'm gonna flip And then I'm going to drop. And then before I drop, I want to make sure I have my stamp something. I forget what these are called. They're like a press that helps, you know, especially if you have big stamps, but also if you have like arthritis, that's a real big helper. Okay, so we're there, and then I don't trust myself, so I'm just gonna do that one more time to make sure I am good, especially those corners. And hopefully my paper didn't move. I didn't really look. I'm just gonna push that down a bit, make sure, and then yeah, it looks okay. It looks good. Okay, so now I'm just gonna move these magnets. Move this out of the way because I don't need it. And then I'm gonna bring in my, oh, here it is. I don't have my silver in a container. So we're just gonna take our silver, put it in the tray. I'm so glad I make you laugh. And then we're gonna add that. And we're just gonna push that around so that way and make sure we stay in the tray, because, you know, otherwise our surface gets covered. See, look at that, I had some on my finger. Tap, tap, tap. Looks good. I got a little bit of a nick right here. I probably can just tap that dust off, or powder. Just make sure, and it looks dark enough to me in all spots. And look, I still got powder everywhere. I'm so terrible. Okay, so, well, I'll just pour this in here. So this is part of our embossing accessories. So you get the embossing buddy, this beautiful bin, which was gone for a while and then finally came back again, which is impressive. And then you just tap it all in there. Now, I do like to tip. I will take my brush that comes with this and brush out as much as I can, because you know what? If you use white right after, you're going to get some of that silver flakes. And to be honest, because I don't trust myself, I literally rinse this to make sure that there is nothing left in there. You have learned by using this new tool that if I put the, yes, that's true. I usually do put it at the top, but lately I don't know why I was different that time. I think I was trying to judge how big this really was. And so I was trying to figure it out. And then I noticed I had a few flakes up there, but we should be okay. And here. Now, the reason I'm being so critical is because I want to make sure it's good, and because we're actually using blends. Okay, so I'm going to take my heat tool. It's going to get a little noisy, and we're going to heat this up. So now you're going to start to see that shine come through. Now, note to self, disclaimer, I'm using a glass mat that can handle the heat, so I don't need to hold this in my hand. So, I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, you can see it's changing. So you can see how glimmery and shiny it is. And then down here it's all dull. So that's what we're actually converting right now. So we're just heating up that powder so it sticks to the paper. And yes, it's curling a little bit. So a little tip is you can flip that over and then it'll curl the other way. Eventually. Okay, so we should be good there. Turn off my heat gun. Compliments of Ashley, because you know I lost mine died on me. Okay, so we're gonna come back to all these beautiful dies, which you know my die sheet's 8.5 by 5, and it's just like it's over. Normally you can see all this information and this still hangs over. So that's how many dies you get and how big they are. But also you don't normally get 4 centimeter labels, right? So this is, even if you don't get the stamps, which is kind of weird, but this alone, like, you have 4 sentiment labels, plus a ribbon if you don't like to tie bows. Anyway, I'm just pointing that out because I was like, oh my gosh. So everybody was a little worried about this because it's huge. And this is 8.5 by 5.5, right? So, and if I was smarter, I would have, you know, like Shell said, pushed it all the way up to the pegs, and then I would have had more space down here. Because now I feel like I'm wasting. But we'll take advantage of that. So, like I'm wasting my card base. Okay, so I'm just going to take a piece of tape and hold that in place, just to make sure it doesn't move. And that one's a little worn out, so I'm just going to grab a second piece and just make sure. So my paper's curled, my dies are curled, and Ashley to the rescue. And so, you know, it gets a little cray cray. Good morning, Kathy. Did I say good morning to you yet? I can't remember. Thanks for joining me. And if you're on my YouTube channel, don't forget to say replay or catching the replay, or, you know, say hello or something, because I can't put your name in the draw if you just hit like. I've noticed that. And because you have to be logged in, right? And in that case, if I can't see it, then I can't do anything about it. Okay, I can add you, right? So there it is. So we've die cut it. Oops, I missed a spot. Hang on. For some reason, it didn't go all the way on that. Weird. Maybe I had my paper hanging off. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy hacking. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Then I'm going to keep this because we're going to use it for the rest. Yes, Ashley saved me. That was terrible timing because it conked out that Friday so I could do my Facebook Live. And then on top of that, I was just leaving too for crop. Terrible. Okay, so I'm going to stick this back on my sheet so I don't lose it. And I'll move it to beside my emboss and cut machine. So here we go. That's what it looks like. It's actually quite pretty, and I've got stuff on there, which I'll clean up after. Okay, so you're going to need some dark blends. So it's pretty dark, so the darkest I could get was Cherry Cobbler. And all I did, and you're going to need a color lifter, because that's my tip. That's my technique for you today. Technique Tuesday, tips and tricks. So I'm just going to do my edging. Now, this is heat embossed, but don't worry if you go over. I guess I could do too is, if you do not have blends, you can just watercolor as well. But I would change your cardstock to make sure it is thick. Now I'm using thick basic white, so that's fine. And I'm just literally, don't worry, I'm not gonna make you go through all of this, but I wanna do one panel to just show you what it looks like. Now, if you do accidentally go over, like I am here, oops, I went out of the lines, which is not a good thing. Oh, color lifter to the rescue. So I'm just gonna blend that. Oh, that's not working very good. Because you know I have so much red on there. You can just rub and it will come off. It's amazing. Okay, so what was I doing? Oh yeah. So then we're coloring this in. So I'm just gonna do this one panel. I already have one so that you know what I did. And the reason I'm doing this with light is I want a base. And then the other reason why I'm going around is because my tip is completely shot. So, see, it's completely shot. It needs a trimming. Better yet, it needs a replacement. So, I can't get into the corners very well. So, I'm trusting my edging first. And then I'm coming in with this. Okay. So now that I got a base, I'm going to come in with my dark. And again, my tip on this one is horrible because I've used it so much. Oops, I'm going to stay in one direction because it'll dry that way. And we're just going to add, like, literally we're using our blends as markers today. We're not doing anything fancy with it. I mean, you can, but like these lines are kind of like shade marks. And then you're probably wondering, well, why are you only going up to there? So my thought pattern is the jar is already half empty. So this whole top part is going to stay white because the jar is half empty. I should show you one of the cards I created for Mega Stamp Camp. That, you know, speaking of jar half empty. So if you want to see that, give me a thumbs up or a heart and I will show you at the end one of the cards. Okay, that I created because, you know, we all are doing our own share. Okay, so keep going. So then what we're going to do is raspberry jam. I don't know if you can see it in here, but it's got all those little specks in it, right? From the jam. So you can see them all there, like the seeds. So we're gonna take our, which is what caused this. So I'm gonna clean that up because I do have 2 color lifters. So this one's got a lot of red in it already. So I'm just taking my color lifter and I'm literally just dabbing or, you know, just adding seeds. So the color lifter is going to lighten those spots. And here's the, you know what the ironic thing is that this is called a color lifter, but I'm going to tell you, it really doesn't lift the color. Wendy Molnar, who's like a Copics, certified Copics, I don't know what you call it. Let's just say she's a certified colorer. Is that a word? Colorer. Anyway, but I didn't even realize it, and it totally makes sense, is that it's not really lifting the color because my color lifter pen isn't really turning red as I'm doing everything. It has a red tip because of all the stuff, but it actually pushes the color through the paper to the other side. So this is my technique for today. So as you're using your color lifter, and you're just like literally doing little tick marks, like little blobs, which is pretty much your seeds in here. Oh, Michelle wants to see one of them. Okay, and you know what? The card I made for Mega Stamp Camp is a little bit on the avid side. So during Mega Stamp Camp, I'm going to show you how to create a simpler version of my card. So you're going to love it. Okay. I think you're going to love it. So it just depends how much technique you want to learn or try. Okay, so I don't think it's as dark, but hey, that's the colors we have. So now you can see as it dries that I'm getting those seeds in there per se, right? So now we have 2 more panels to go through. I love the fact that you have the twist top there. But we're not going to do those because I've already done them for you. So you don't have to sit there and watch me. So here's one that's already finished and it's got a bunch of seeds going through it already. Okay. So that is my technique for you today, is using the color lifter to change the coloring on your blend. Sorry, I had to take a sip of coffee. Okay. So now the one downfall with color lifters is it does seep through quite a bit on the back. So I did die cut another one, and then we're just gonna cut that in half and cover the back. So here you can use a different color if you like, if you want to add some contrast. So, but I'm just gonna use white. So I'm just gonna line that up in my paper trimmer, and I probably have to go, so this is the one. So I probably just have to go a smidge smaller, like literally a hair, just to accommodate for the crease. So literally, like I just took a hair off and that's to just accommodate the crease here, because otherwise it'll bunch up a bit and push. So I'm just slightly off so that when I fold this over, I should be lined up perfectly. Awesome. So this is our card. So this card should fit in an envelope, and we'll test that theory afterwards. Okay. So we got that, and I'm just gonna see. Now see, I made a boo-boo there in my, oh no, that was on the other one. I'll have to clean up that one. So, but it does come off the color. Sorry, I got some specks on here, so I just wanna make sure those are gone and it's not embossing powder or something. Okay, there we go. So I was just using a sand eraser. So now that we've got that done, we're just gonna add our adhesive here. So I'm gonna grab some liquid glue so that I have a little bit of time to move this around if I need to. So I'm gonna go to the edges here, then put my initial in the middle for some love. And then we're just gonna put this right on top. Okay, so got my liquid glue so I can move it around a bit, like so. And then it should be good. There, now it's all hidden. Now here's the other fun thing is I could have cut the top here. I should have. And then this could be a perfect spot for you to also tuck in a gift card, you know, to a restaurant or something. That would be fantastic. Good morning, Christine. Thanks for joining me. Yes, it is one huge jar. Like, I mean, this is a jar. This is a jar. So it works pretty good. Okay, so that is pretty much the base. So now we just need to do the finishing touches to it like we did here. So I've die cut the piece, which uses this gorgeous gingham paper that comes with it. Now the trick on this one is to make sure you're not taller than an envelope. So you don't want to get into that situation where you can't stick this in an envelope. So here's my envelope. It shouldn't be a problem, but if you're right about there, look, you got tons of space. In fact, you can even put it in your card, in an envelope, if you need to, this way. So you can see, what is that? Got something on there. Okay, it's definitely gonna be a sample envelope. So if you wanted it to fit this way, you can just slide that up a bit. Or you could put this on a card front. And I will tell you, in our stamp camp, you will see this as on top of a card base. Just saying. So those are things to look for. Now, the fun thing about this one is there's a slit. And so you could slide. So I've got a little mini jam jar here. So I'll show you that there's a slit. So you can actually, I got a couple berries. So you could slide like a berry in there or something, right? So then you know that these are meant there. So little tips here to actually allow you to add some fruit off the top there if you wanted to. So just sharing that. So this is gonna go on top. Now I'm gonna cover up my lid lines on there. I know, right? Isn't it a fab? I should have cut it for you to show you, but anyway, you get the gist. Just cut it and add and then you just obviously glue 3 sides only, and then you have it. So I'm gonna add my liquid glue again. So you could use the ribbon here too as well. So anyway, I'll show you a sneak peek of a card I'm making that I've made for the Mega Stamp Camp. It's so darn cute. And I'll put that there. So I'm just gonna cover that up like so. And I'm gonna make sure I'm centered by just flipping it over. Oh, there's that gorgeous ladybug paper. And I'm pretty darn good. I mean, oh, it moved. So let's try that again. I think I'm pretty straight. Let's look at the back side. Oh, I could probably, no, I gotta pull it this way because I gotta make sure these tips are good. I'm not enough there. Wow. So, you know, I'm not the greatest here. Okay, there. So now we're okay on all sides, I think. I'm just going to push that down a bit. Rub, rub. Rub-a-dub-dub. Okay, so I'm going to put a block on top of that to just let that dry for a bit. Just block it with my envelope. So while we're doing that, we now need to make our ribbon and our sentiment. So I've already die cut the sentiment. So here's another tip and trick I told you yesterday. So we're gonna grab some cherry cobbler, which is pretty bright and deep colored. And then it comes with this neat, fancy, I'll show you the front here. It comes with this design pattern there. So you've got You're the Sweetest, Love You Very Much, Homemade for You, and Thank You. Plus your 2 berries, which I've already, I've colored so many this weekend while I was sitting in front of the television. So these are the berries and strawberries. Well, my husband did a puzzle. And I've cut those and colored them. And so we're going to use that. And I think we're doing You're the Sweetest, I think. Okay, so little tip and trick I told you yesterday about keeping your stamps from turning red or faded pink is I'm dabbing it with Versamark. And then I'm going to go in and then I'm going to add my shape at the bottom here. Gonna lift, and there's just a little bit there. So now I'm just gonna take my chamois and clean it up just to show you, and it's gone. So it's not pink anymore. Okay, so now we need one more on the top, so I'm gonna dab that. So this is a pre-order item. So if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you can get it now. If you decide to get the starter kit, you can also get it now. And then if you are part of my team, you will get access because you can just order the supplies yourself. So you can join us as long as you get all the product and create along with us. Okay, so there's my 2. I love that cute. It's so cute. Okay, and I'm going to clean that up. Did I dip it in Versamark? I can't remember. Slippery. Oh, you have a question. Yes, Shell, what's your question? So then, now that's clean. So I'm going to put that away here. Inside. Then I use my Versamark. Does it take longer to dry? I don't believe so, but that's a good point. Let's find out. I'm rubbing my finger and nope, I think we're okay. It takes just as long to dry. So we're okay. And now I'm going to take my, I don't know, okay, you guys are going to just lose your crap here. Because, I don't know, my Misty is Moonlight, which I haven't used in a long time, is like messed up. So I'm going to have to clean it because it is like rock hard. And it was sealed tight too. For some reason, it's not. Oh, I should have used my Stampin' positioner because I know there's something wrong with my pad and I have to clean it. Like remove ink and start again. Because it's hard as a rock. Okay, so we're putting You're the Sweetest. Because you know what? You freaking are. So, there we go. So we have that. And on the inside of your card, we have, I'm going to put the, where is it? Homemade for You, because it is. So I'm going to grab the Homemade for You stamp, and again I'm going to grab the Versa or the Misty Moonlight. Is that a song? No, I don't think so. I'm just making that up. Okay, and I'm gonna try and get this on straight. So let's I mean, use whatever you want on the inside, but oh, fudgicles. See, I swear it's an ink pad. So I'm gonna have to clean that up or redo it, whichever one. Because that is just messy. Oy, oy, oy. It's not a very pretty card to send to you. Okay. I will fix that. Now, we are going to, that's done. Okay, so we just need our front, which is our bow. So, like I said, there's lots of room here. And we're going to take our dies again. So there's 2 here. So like I said, this one here, it just puts a slit or slot, whatever you call it, in the card. This is what creates that fanciness. So we're going to need that. And then we're going to take the bow, which is just this one here. And let's hope, no, I don't have enough room. So that's where I suck. So let's see. Oh, I might have had more room on this one. See, I put this one closer to the bottom. And, oh, I can go in the corner. Yeah, see this one I cut and it was closer to the bottom, so I can reuse all of this. Ta-da! And you know what? Since I'm there, I'm just going to throw a label on because I can just reuse that later. Why waste? Okay. So I'm going to grab my fancy dancy tape. Couldn't think of the word. And just hold those down because it's super thinny. And my emboss and cut machine, my big boss, is not straight because as I've mentioned before, just, you know, trying to save and wait until I hit up crop in a few weeks so that way I don't have to change them out. Okay, I have to adjust my bow here. It looks like it's off the page. So I'm just fixing it. Because otherwise I'll have a funny bow in the corner. Like it looks like it's not lined up. Okay. So we've done that. So this is just an extra because I'm like, why waste? And I can fit it. So we'll use that this week. So don't think that that's going to go bye-bye. And then I'm going to put these back on my sheet. This is the other reason I like having magnetic dies right away. Because then I can just put them away on my sheet right away and then not lose them. And in this case, there we go. When you drop your dies onto the table, sometimes, most times, it pops out. Now I just realized I made another boo-boo, and that is I should have used adhesive sheets on the back because it's going to get messy. So I'll just pull out my silicone mat instead so I can get glue all over the place. So we're almost done. All we got is this. So we're going to add this here and our bow and make a mess and take our liquid adhesive and just, I should have grabbed my fine. Maybe I still can. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to brush on some glue here. Oh my gosh, the sun is shining so beautifully today. I think I might have to go for a walk. Although the gravel road will be muddy, but you know, such is life. Okay, so this is super thin. I should have used adhesive sheets. Okay. But good thing we have a silicone mat. So we're going to take this. So now we've got our fancy ribbon that we did not tie or stretch across. And we're just going to add that here. Like so. And I did have to trim it last time, so I'll probably trim a bit again, unless I can bend it enough. Bend it like Beckham. It's sticking to me. See, this is why I'm not a big fan of liquid glue. I love it because you can reposition, but hate it because my fingers get all sticky. And then where they cross is where I'm going to put the bow. I can't. I'm just going to use my tweezers. And we're going to stick that right there because my hand's all sticky now. Okay, so there's our bow. So cute. I don't know. I think it's cute. Okay, so now we just add our sentiment. Now I don't feel like I need to put embellishments because I think that would just be really weird. Because it is a jar full of jam, raspberry jam that is. And we're gonna plop that right on there. Okay, so there's our card. Finito. So when you open it up, that looks awful and I will fix it. I might just put it on a new base. And there you have it. So you're the sweetest. So two that are very identical. And again, just looks like raspberry jam. So I promised you a sneak peek to the Mega Stamp Camp. And this one I had so much fun making. It's a little more advanced, so I'll be also featuring a simpler one. But same idea here. And if you don't want to see it, then look away or, you know, hang up. Or disconnect, I should say. But before you disconnect, make sure you like and share. But there's this one. So here I've used the window sheet and filled it with a whole bunch of the flowers that comes with it and tied a bow. So same thing and a little more advanced, but same thing. And we use a window sheet. I was going to turn it into a shaker card, but then I was like, oh no, I want these moving around. So I want it spread all the way through. So that was my fun card that I made that you will see at Mega Stamp Camp. And here's another fun design as well. So thank you for joining me. See you again tomorrow for Wednesday. What's up Wednesday? I'm going to trim these down. Wrong scissors because it's bothering me. And we'll catch you again at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And again, don't forget to please like, share, comment. Get ready. I don't expect you to order today. So grab your wish list, have it prepped, and get that free shipping for tomorrow. Have fun today. Enjoy the beautiful weather wherever you are. And hopefully it is beautiful. And happy stampin'. Bye.